In this video we look at the perpendicular control, its meaning, and why it is used. Looking at the drawing we can see a side view of a bracket. This bracket is designed to support another object, in this video a block. It has a datum A on one face of the bracket. It also has a control frame showing the perpendicular symbol. Perpendicular is another way of saying two surfaces are at 90 degrees, or at right angles to each other. Sometimes this is also referred to as being square to. This means that it is controlling an angle, rather than a position. Therefore the 0.1 next to it is 0.1 degrees, rather than a unit of length measurement. The control is pointing to a surface and related to a datum in this case, aiming to control the angle between them to within 0.1 degrees. To see how important this might be, let's look at the bracket supporting a block and connected with two machine screws. As this bracket is correctly made with the angle set at 90 degrees, it supports the block space and the two machine screws fit into the threaded holes in the block. This is the designed intent. Now let's look at the same bracket being made just 2 degrees off at 92 degrees. This time you can see the machine screws do not sit in the threaded hole when the block space is supported by the bracket. Quite simply we could not put the assembly together like this without bending the machine screws. However, we could align the block with the machine screw, rather than the bracket. The problem this alignment has now created is that the block is no longer supported at its base by the bracket. Over time this is likely to cause the machine screws to bend as the block settles with creep to the bracket. This also means that the block is not held flat or fully supported, depending on the purpose of the block. This could misalign other components, or cause cracking and breaking of the block or machine screws. As you can see from this basic example, it is often critical to control the angle between two surfaces, but the perpendicular control only refers to right angles. Other angular controls are done using angular tolerances. So the inverted T symbol, meaning perpendicular, is exclusively for 90 degrees. This is also sometimes referred as being square to. Perpendicular, 90 degrees and square to, all being interchangeable terms.